All right, John Berman back in Miami Beach. This is the mandatory evacuation zone. Some 100,000 residents have been told to leave. A lot of people asking why we're here. Well, we're not going to be here tomorrow when the storm hits. Why? We couldn't be. Where I'm standing right now will be covered with water. Joining me is the mayor of Miami Beach, Philip Levine. Mayor, thank you so much for being with us. And on that point specifically, because I want people to get this message, we're expecting a 10-foot storm surge. Where is that relative to our height right now, and how much will that cover?
John, we're a barrier island, Miami Beach. So you have the ocean to our east, and then to our west, you have Biscayne Bay. We could expect a significant storm surge that would begin from the ocean and go right across to the bay. We hope not, but we have to be prepared, and we are prepared. But as you can imagine, there's no pumps that can handle a storm surge. There are no generators that can push out that water with those pumps. But what the most important message here is for residents and visitors to get out. Leave Miami Beach, go to the mainland, go to some of our shelters. There's many of them, and there's availability.
We did just talk to a man who says he's riding it out on Miami Beach with his 2 young kids. I tried to convince him to go, and he seemed to be wavering a little bit. He says he lives on the 11th floor of an apartment building. Good enough?
No, not good enough at all. Because even if he thinks his windows are hurricane-proof, this storm is massive, it's powerful. I've called it a nuclear hurricane because what we've seen is the devastation it's caused throughout the Caribbean. We're hoping that doesn't happen here, but we must be prepared. So he should be getting off the island and going to the mainland to our shelters. And if you have a pet, we have shelters that allow you to keep your pet. So there's no reason to stay. We don't want heroes. We want safe people.
And again, right now, we were taking a look at the roads. The roads were pretty clear. There still is time today. If you're watching, there still is time to get out today. Tomorrow, it might be too late. Look, I have seen pictures of you walking in Miami Beach on a sunny day when it's flooding. You get what is now called sunny day floods during high tides.
Sure.
This is low-lying. The storm surge has got to be one of the biggest areas of concern.
No question about it. You know, there's always a misconception. We've been able to raise our roads, put in pumps. So sunny day flooding, which is, of course, sea level rise, we're able to work and rectify. But there's no ability to handle or stop water from flooding from a hurricane, let alone a massive historical hurricane like Irma.
What happens to the people who do stay? I was trying to explain to that man, maybe he rides it out on the 11th floor the day of the storm, but is Miami Beach going to be cut off?
Absolutely. What's going to happen is this. First of all, let me just say, we have buses, we have trolleys coming to pick people up. We will take you to the shelters. If you don't want to get there on your own, we'll take you. But what will end up happening is that storm approaches and it starts to hit. Our first responders will be bunkered down. Some of them with me in a shelter on Miami Beach, which is our operations center. And a lot of them will be in the mainland coming back here when it's safe for them to get here. So in other words, there will not be services for these people. They have to understand that. That's why I recommend, I urge, I demand that they please leave Miami Beach.
And again, and after the storm, the bridges, who knows what status the bridges will be under, what will be the response after the storm?
Well, after the storm, we have an entire protocol in place. The number one thing we need to do is clear the roads. We must clear the roads. Clearing the roads allows our first responders to go and survey the city and do what they need to do. And of course, at that point, be able to talk to people that may possibly be in need of help. And then from there, we make an assessment. And of course, when it's safe, we start allowing residents to come back in as well as vendors and contractors.
But that is all after the storm. During the storm, there's really nothing you can do.
Absolutely not.
And the message is, get out. Get out now. Mayor Philip Levine, it's great to have you here with us. I hope people hear this message. You've been on CNN a lot late, but the reason is we want you to get that message out.
We want to keep you alive and keep you safe.
Thank you, Mayor. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, Poppy, we are hoping people hear that message. Let's go back to you in New York.
Look, he said we demand that they get out, and hopefully they heed that warning and the demand from the mayor there who knows best. John, thank you.